All right, guys, I'm going to go live right now. We're going to do a GMB SEO audit done the right way. I want to show y'all guys how to do this step by step because I just had someone ask me how to do a GMB SEO audit, and I want to help you guys out. So I'm going to do this post right quick into the GMB, of course, underneath my wife's account for right now. And whoever punches in their GMB, drops it in this, we're going to do it first, okay? Give me 1 second. Live now. Drop your GMB. And William will edit live, audit live. I'm going to show you how to audit it, and then I'm going to show you how I do an optimization, okay? So if you're listening, let your friends know and everything, because we're going to do this live, okay? We're going to do it live. There was another one in here. Let's go down here while we're waiting on someone to comment. Also, you give StreamYard permission, and I will grab it from here. You can comment in here, and whoever does it, I will do your audit now, okay? Also, we had the big news hit. We hit 30K members. Awesome. Keep on inviting your friends. We're the #1 GMB Google My Business Help group on all of Facebook. You want to do things like this, get your GeoGrids green. You better drop in here, drop some questions, and get to learning. Come into some of our master classes. All right. If you ask questions in this group, I'll usually go through them. We're going to have Lane in here dropping some gems. Brent Bowser, GMB SEO expert, dropping some gems in there as well. But I'm going to show you a couple of things. So here's how we normally do an audit. Okay, if you're not in my GMB masterclass, you're not going to have some of this stuff, but you need to get my GMB masterclass. So first thing you're going to want to do is I have this handy dandy little audit spreadsheet, right? It's called my GMB audit form. All it is I have a column for my current site, or the site that I'm wanting to audit, my current site that I'm wanting to audit and optimize, okay? Then I take the top competitors, at least the top 3, okay? At minimum, the top 3. And I'm going to go through it, and I want to ask things like this. When I look at them, I'm going to go, what's their name, address, and phone number? Might sound silly, but here's where most people get screwed up when it comes to SEO. They don't understand the very basics. They don't even get the basics right. They want to talk about what's a PB and a private blog network. They want to talk about what's the best backlinks. They want to talk about, CTR manipulation and everything else, but they don't even get the very basics done. Very basics being, okay, what's your name, address, phone number? How's your website structured? Is it optimized for page speed? Is it optimized structurally? Are you siloing content? How much content do you have? All these things that most people don't even think about, okay? Name, address, phone number. What is the key word in the title of the business? By title, I mean, for example, if I go to maps, okay, and a lot of people want to talk about this stuff all the time, but for example, let's go Roofer Orlando. And I know y'all, I do this term quite often, but Roofer Orlando. And I go through, not the ads, but I go through these top people in here, okay? So the key word in the title, this is the title right here. They have roofers, roofing, roofing, roofing and repair, roofing, rooftop services, roofing, construction and roofing, roof and contracting, roofing, residential roofers, commercial residential roofers. So you notice, like in this one, they have the keyword in the title. And here's a little hint for y'all guys. So a lot of guys, especially the, if you will, Google My Business product people that are silver and gold and platinum and all this crap, especially the white hatters, they want to tell you, well, you can't put keywords, you can't put location in the title of your business. That is utter horse crap. You want to see why it's utter horse crap? Let me show you why. Let's just go to Google, right? Google My Business name title, right? We'll do this live so you can see this. Representing your business. Google guidelines to representing your business. We want to do a little bit of education, if you will, for some people. When we come into audit, this business, and I want to show you how to do steps in auditing, because most people like to say things that are just utterly not true, especially in SEO, especially in GMB SEO or local SEO. They want to tell you, well, you can't put your name and title, you can't put your name in the title, can't put keyword in the title, you can't put your location in the title. Well, if you look at this, right, and you go through the basic guidelines and you look at the name, okay, and it tells you your name should reflect how you represent yourself in the real world, okay? So where the white hatters, if you will, are correct is if your business name is, let's say, John Havoc Services, okay? I'll give you an example, John's Havoc Services. And I go into my GMB and I title it Plumber Orlando or Plumber Near Me Orlando, then yes, that is correct. You're not supposed to do that. However, if you get a DBA, doing business as, your license, etc., and you set it up as Johnny the Plumber or Plumbing Near Me Orlando, then you were fine. You're abiding by Google's terms of services and everything. And the reason why I say you need to get a DBA and you need to set up your business as such is because if you ever have to go into readdressal with Google My Business, they're going to ask you for several things, one of which is your business information, one of which is a lease, one of which is a bill, which is all needs to reflect what is your actual business name that you use in the real world. See, your name should reflect your business real world name as used consistently on your storefront, website, stationery, as to known to customers, accurately representing yourself. So when someone says you cannot put your keyword or location in the title, they are only correct if that is not how you represent yourself in the real world. Okay? So if you have your DBA, your business title and license set up that way, you're absolutely correct. You're good to go. But what they'll wind up saying is, well, the business title or your business name has nothing to do with your, your DBA or business name and et cetera, which very clearly, if you read the Google terms of service, that's just a farce. At best, they just don't know what they're talking about. And, we move right along. So the first thing we want to look at, is the keyword in their business name, right? Is the location in the business name. Does it say, let's say, roofing near me, Orlando, plumber near me, Orlando? What does it say, right? What's your website link? Your website, if you call yourself Roofer Near Me Orlando, guess what? Your logo and every other piece of information on your website needs to reflect that. You can't have it saying one thing on your GMB and not be reflected the same way on your website. This is why you'll hear me say over and over and over and over again that your website needs to reflect or mirror your GMB, not the other way around. Okay? Your website needs to reflect or mirror your GMB. So if I reflect and I sit there and go, okay, I am representing myself a certain way on my GMB, my website should be the same way. My logo should be the same way. My business information storefront should be the same way, not different. Okay? Because if it is, and you ever get taken down and you do the readdressal, they're going to unverify you and keep you down. They're going to permanently close you, and then it's going to suck for yourself. Okay? What categories are you using? All right? I use two tools. I use a tool. If you go to Google Chrome Store, right? We go to Chrome Store. There are a couple of tools I use when I'm doing my audits, right? And I want to show you these. One is called GMB Crush. It's amazing. It's what I use on almost every single audit I'll ever do, right? GMB Crush. And if you go through here, it'll show you what it does, and I'll demo that on another video. But the other one as well that I use would be Plepper. But if we go into here, let's go into our extensions, and we're going to go into GMB Crush. right here. You got GMB Crush on. Let's go to maps. Like, say, for example, if I wanted to get results for roofer near Orlando, this is GMB Crush. You see this orange button, I can hit results, and it will tell me information. But let's say, for example, I click on this dude right here, and I see that it's got a roofing contractor. I can click on View Categories and CID. Google Crush is going to now show me, if you will, the categories and the CID. The CID is very much still important, even though there's some GMB people out there spewing out information or misinformation, as I call it, saying CID is no longer relevant, which is absolutely a farce. You need the CID. Specifically, we need to look at the categories. We're going to wait for GMB Crush. GMB Crush is going to tell me how many categories this guy is using. So I want to then take that information, and I'm going to put all that information in my GMB audit form. So categories. Let's go back here and wait for this. So it's crushing it. Once it's done crushing, it will spit out a bunch of information for me. But so we want to know, what categories do I have? What are the top 1, 2, and 3 listings using as far as categories? They got one primary category and no other categories, because a lot of times that's what some people have. Then other scenarios, you'll have someone have a primary and 15 different freaking subcategories, which is only diluting the strength of their entities. Okay, your entity, what you're representing yourself as, let's say Plumber Orlando. When someone thinks of me as a plumber, I'm looking for a plumber in Orlando, they need to think about my business. So if you ask a question of how much does a plumber cost, where to get the best plumber, what do you do when your pipes break from cold water or frozen water or whatever, they need to think of your business. And whenever you put all these subcategories, like a lot of people do and a lot of people tell you to do, is diluting the strength of your entity and your entity nodes, okay? So you don't want to do that. So we want to look at, while GMB Crush is running, we're going to go in here and let's see real quick. It's crushing still, so we got to wait for that. But another tool I like to use is, if you will, it's called Plepper, right? Plepper, if you look at Plepper give you just a ton of different information as well. But we're waiting on GMB Crush. GMB Crush is going to give you that. But Plepper will also give you the same information as well. What categories are they using? What are their hours of operation, right? What payment methods are they using? What's the description, right? When I go to do a GMB, I want to optimize it as much as possible. So if Google is giving me an area of 750 words to be able to put in my description, there is no reason why I'm only going to do 250. Google will only display in the search the first 250. That's absolutely correct. But I'm still going to maximize the potential and put all 750 words in there. And I will put my location in the description. I will put my services in the description. I preferably put both of those pieces of information in the first sentence. Okay. So I want to see what my site has and what the top 3 have, right? Are they replying to reviews? What type of review replies? Are they using the location and the keywords, and what keywords in those review responses? How many posts are they doing? How many posts am I doing? Let's go back here real quick. So it's going through everything. It's still crushing it. More info links on your posts. Where are they going to? Are they going to your CID? Are they going to a page on the website? Are they going to the map listing? Where are they going? Okay. Are they using question and answers? Question and answers on your GMB. Are they optimized? Are you using your services? And once again, your location in the Q&As. Okay. Are they uploading images? If so, what type of images? How often? How many times are they uploading? What type of images? Are they using videos? Did you embed your GMB, and are they embedding their GMB on their website? And if so, where? contact page, home page, internal pages, where, header, footer, body. I need to know all this information, right? So that's the sheet. We're going over this in my masterclass, Reloaded, and we're using this sheet. And then I have a bunch of other sheets, right? I have this one, which is my audit sheet, and it literally has probably 20 different sheets in here of just, this is the task sheet. Just the task sheet alone, I go through, for example, everything I'm talking about. This is the audit, right? We local R audit. Is there, are you using the phone number? Is there possible issues? Have you verified name, address, phone number consistency throughout the entire internet, throughout all your listings, everywhere it's at? And I go through the competition audit here. Same thing we just did. Are they using products? How many words are they using on each product? Are they using GIFs or not? And yes, you can use GIFs and products. There's a specific way of doing it, which I've shown in my class as well. What type of copy is being used? All this information, step by step by step, right? And then once I do that, and I've audited it and I filled out that sheet I just showed you, then I go into my GMB optimization process, right? And then I go into my foundational Google My Business task. After we've optimized it, the next thing we do as far as setting up our branding or entity network, have we created an IFTT network, or if this, then that network? Have we set up all these social, Bitly, Blogger, Digo, Evernote, Feeder, Feedly, FeedSpot, Follow.it, Pocket, Trello, Tumblr, Weebly, WordPress? Have we set up all of our Web 20s? Tier 1 citations. Have you put in your top data aggregators such as Data Axle, Newstar, Foursquare? All these different things are listed. Then I get into my monthly GMB, which is posting photos and doing the Q&As and doing the daily posts and writing your blogs and then sending links back to your posts and back to your GMB. So these are all little things you can do. And this is the way I would do an audit. Let's go back here and see if GMB Crush is done. And yes, it is. So for example, this specific one that we did an audit with GMB Crush, it's telling you, for example, what's the title, and then it gets into the reviews, how many they got, 45, the review attributes, they're using professional, company, what keywords they're using in it, what's the description, the post count, they only have 10. Post count in 90 days. That's even more important than actual post count. How many have they done in 90 days? Okay. This is all really great information. Then I can even download this in a CSV file. Matteo over at GMB Crush is awesome. He's a good friend. And this is a great tool. The other tool I like to use, which I've told you all about, is Plepper, right? And Plepper, if I was to go to, let's say, Maps, and I type in, let's go with plumber this time, in near Orlando, Florida. And Plepper will actually do kind of the same thing if Plepper will be kind of obedient with us. Let's see if it's going to do it. If it will do it or not. Usually you see my tool, but lately it's been acting up. Yeah, it's acting up. But normally, let's say if I click on this over here, Plepper will wind up showing all the different categories and everything. But I could do the same thing with GMB Crush. So we're going to use mainly GMB Crush today. You can view, it's crushing it. It's going to tell you the categories and the CID and everything. All right. And once it's done, it'll spit it right out on the screen right here. Okay. And you see very clearly, GMB Crush is telling me it's using plumber, contractor, water damage, and restoration service. Another really cool thing you want to look at too, which a lot of people don't, is, for example, if I go under Plepper and I go to tools and I go to Google and business categories, and we see that he's using plumber, right? And we go down here to our categories and we go, let's look at plumber. And we can click on plumber and it will tell us, what's the GCID or the short link for plumber? And then here's the other ones that are going to be associated. So as often as they see the category chosen for plumber, more often than not, these other subcategories are with it. I try not to list no more than 4 subcategories with any listing I ever work with, so as to keep that listing and that category and that business from diluting their entity. Okay. For me, if you're going to be pushing a GMB about plumbing, I would not put in air conditioning repair or air conditioning contractor. It makes no sense. If you're going to, that's up to you, but that's just not the way I do it personally. So that's how I audit a GMB. And I use my favorite tool, like I told you, is going to be GMB Crush. I'm going to use that and get my information. I'll use Plepper mainly to get the categories and the associated categories, but that's the only real reason I use it. Once again, I have my audit tool there, and anybody in the GMB Masterclass Reloaded will get that automatically. Next video, what we're going to do is we're not just going to go over an audit. We're actually going to go over, if you will, actually optimizing a GMB. But this is how we would audit a GMB, and then I have very specific ways we optimize it, the posts and everything we do. I hope this helped you. If it's been of any help to you, please leave me a review and drop me a comment below. We'd love to hear from you, and as always, I'm here for you to help you. So answer any questions you may have. Please go to our group and Google My Business and join it. You can download my free book. It's absolutely free. Just have to download it or email me, and we'd love to talk to you soon. I appreciate you guys, and y'all be blessed.